great.
Because, you know, he knew, based on the way the guy was asking him, it was like, it was still this hockey god.
Yeah.
In the locker room with him, being like, hey, man, you know, like, maybe I'll get your number or something. And then he shot it down.
Ray Bourque was in one of the great authentic Boston sports moments ever when he gave the jersey to Espo when they were retiring Esposito's jersey, and Ray Bourque was wearing number 7 because they had traded Esposito to the Rangers, and there was a little bit of bad blood. So then Bourque came in, and he was the rookie, and he was awesome. And then at some point in the 80s, they had Espo night, and Bourque came in, took his jersey off, and he had the 77 underneath, and he just gave Espo his jersey. It's fucking amazing. No, I've always heard he was kind of lit. He was letting it fly. Yeah. On the radio show? Yeah, back in here. It's like a crazy camera.
Or just the second he's on the air with that. It's just on. Yeah, it's great.
Let's take a break, and then we have a lot of basketball to hit, because today...
Nothing, a little Simmons Masters moment, fresh from Augusta. You got anything for us?
Well, I'll tell you this. On Wednesday, I split up with the group I was with, and I was with Nathan and I think Chang. And we just ended up on the 5th hole watching them putt. And it was Rory, it was Lowry, it was John Rahm, and it was Fleetwood. And in the practice round, you can kind of, like, you just fuck around. You can basically hit with whoever. I think they let them decide a little bit. So the 4 of them were playing. They were all gambling, and they were clear they were buddies. And we were right there when they were all teeing off on the 6th hole, and we felt like Lowry and Rory were betting. So we were all excited, like, oh, I wonder what they're betting, like, and they're kind of keeping track, and just they seemed loose. That was one of the reasons I picked Rory to win, because I was like, Rory.
My what?
Loose.
I think you should try it with this instead. Let me get something for you. Try it with this. Put this on your salad as well. It's a honey, the chili honey. It's pretty good.
Same thing. I was like, oh, this must be like, that's like the Ryder Cup group. You know, all this dudes. But it stuck out because we had that moment on Wednesday. We were like, wow, Rory seems loose. This is a good sign. This is coming off last summer. Who knows? All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll talk a little Warriors clips and some playoffs and some All-NBA. All right, game of the day, game 82. Which I think was a lot more fun last year. This year we knew a lot of the matchups and the records, but we did have this incredible Clippers-Warriors game that it's tough. Every time there's a great game, you want to do the game of the year. But I think that actually might have been the game of the year because there were real stakes and both teams really wanted it, and I think both teams wanted the rest. I didn't think it was about the matchups as much as the Warriors. And I'm going to start here because I thought that way before the game. I think the Clippers are the second best team in the West.
Okay.
Counter. Any counter?
Well, the only thing that I would counter is just all the stuff that all of us say about, okay, well, in the playoffs, like, are they a riskier bet than the teams? But as far as who is playing the best basketball right now, he's shooting it like crazy. Sue is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And on top of everything else, like, you can just see the difference against some of these teams that may want to go small. Because I still think there's like 3 or 4 teams that would prefer to go small. OKC can do whatever they want. Houston actually wants to play big. Golden State definitely wants to play small. The Lakers definitely want to play small. And so now that you have this first round matchup 4-5, like, so it's not like they're going to be, I don't know, I mean, some weird stuff would have to happen again looking at the seeding world, so it's not like you're just going to run through all small teams. But if you want to go small against the Clippers, it's going to be a big problem because Sue is such a huge part of their offense. They trust him more, and he just beats the hell out of them.
Let's talk Zoo because I think it ties into a bigger thing with the Clippers. I think he's going to be on the third team All-NBA for me. And I'll make the case for it later. But I can't believe, and I've been watching him really carefully the last month because it was jumping out at me during games. Started looking at the stats, started talking to some people, asking, like, am I crazy or is Zubac's like incredibly important in this team? And is he kind of better than people realize? You watched the game today. He was awesome in that game. I mean, I don't know how many times he defended the rim against somebody and either thwarted or drive or changed somebody's direction on a drive, but it was between 15 and 20. Not to mention the alley-oop stuff, not to mention the rebounds. And he plays. Big minutes every game. I think he plays I've had Jaren Jackson in there all year. This guy plays all the time. He stays on the court. He's gotten better as the year goes along. And to me, like, the guy that really reminds me of what we saw on the Grizzlies, that 2013, 14, 15 era of Gasol. It's not the passer Gasol was, but his big, how he's always in the right positions with his hands up. People are always afraid of him, protecting him. He's a better rebounder than Gasol was. And if you watch what the Warriors today, when they were posting up Zubac, the Warriors were reacting and sending a double every time. And the Warriors, when they need baskets sometimes, they run stuff through him so he can set up the other guys. I think he's the third best center in basketball right now because Towns and Jokic, obviously Jokic is number one. But I think he's third. I really do.
Well, if you want to run your offense during these fans, you can trust him now to catch.
When Chad,
Exactly.
Chad Ochocinco was the second receiver for the Pats. And I was at the game, and you could see the entire Giants coverage was like, you don't have to worry about that side of the field. You have to shade over. That's Ben Simmons on offense. You don't have to shade over. It's like, what's he going to do? He can't shoot. He doesn't want to shoot. Zucker's got his basket because he's the one to get fouled. So they're just trying to survive 5 minutes again. Back to Zubac. So he's plus 9.2 net heading into this game today. By far the best flipper. Played 26 from years 17 and 13. I think he's had 15 double doubles in a row. He shoots 65% since the All-Star break. And he stays on the court. That's the thing. Like Jaren Jackson, I just feel like would you be shocked in the playing game if Jaren Jackson has 5 fouls with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of the playing game? You wouldn't be because he can't finish the court. So I don't know. I just think with him and Leonard and Harden, that's not the best big three of the 16 playoff games, but it's a legitimate big three if Kawhi's going to play this bad.
Look, I'm on your side on this one, so I know it's better if you disagree on the whole thing. But Zoos are really good there as well. So,
Yeah.
Maybe the downside is Zoos play 5 out. Does it impact some of the driving why Marshall's out there? Because I still feel like that's my favorite of all. Having any kind of stretch defense. You have to worry about the shooting. But to have Harden not have a center, as much as it's going to open up some space, I think those two guys are just locked in right now. And Kawhi doesn't really need to drive. There's a lot of pull-up stuff with him. And even Jimmy Butler changed the
I don't want to use the word bully, but basketball bully, where he just was too strong for Butler. And you always see Butler in your head, he's about 6'9", 240. He's just not feel shit. Kawhi's a little fun. This is great. He's not afraid of him. He's not going to get into alpha battle with him. Not going to be easy for the Warriors. I don't love the matchup for them, but man, that Rockets playoff inexperience You saw today. I kind of feel like they wanted that Nuggets game. Did you watch the first half of that? You have that on?
Yeah, you could look and say they waved the white flag, but it's because they were getting beat. They were down 20.
They were getting their ass kicked. They played everybody, and they were playing hard. They wanted the game. I think, knowing a little bit about Ime, I think he was like, look, this is a playoff game for us. Let's treat it like a playoff game. Let's see what we got. And they sucked. So, not awesome for them. And conversely, that was the best game I've seen Denver play in a while. And maybe this new coach thing, if you read about all the dysfunction that was going on behind the scenes, maybe there's something to it. It's like peeling off a huge Band-Aid and just being like, fuck it.
I hate that I don't think it'll happen this time around, but we've lost Steph in the playoffs twice because of the playing setup.
What do you mean? Oh, for LA? I know.
He's 0-3 in playing games.
Is that true? Oh
Remember,
my God, you're right.
He lost to the Lakers, and then because they lost to the Lakers, they had to play Memphis, and he had 37 and 39 in those games, and they lost. And then in 24, he lost to Sacramento last year.
Well, the good news is I think Memphis just looks awful. I mean, you're not catching a team at a better time than this, whatever is happening with this Grizzlies team right now. So I'm not too concerned about the Warriors. They did something weird that I don't remember with the schedule, and I'm excited to talk about the matchups. There's no Thursday game this year, which I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case the last couple years. Both of the playing games are Friday. Maybe they did that before and I just forgot. So if for some reason the Warriors lost that Tuesday game, they'd have to play Friday and then immediately on Sunday, which would not be awesome. Can we talk about all the matchups that came out of this quick? So we have Warriors Rockets, which we hit. Do you share my same concerns with Houston? Like, yeah, I know it's in there, but playoffs are different animals. You have another level to go to. Or do you think there's something more there that I'm not seeing?
I think they're really good, but we're looking at a 2 seed that over the course of 82 games, it's kind of like our Verno ambush, talking about Memphis, where it was like, hey, they were the 2 seed, hey, they were the 2 seed, all this stuff. I mean, it's like 3 years you could point to like, hey, being the 2 seed. The 2 seed some years sounds way better years removed than the reality of like what the records were of the teams that year. Denver was a 1 seed that year when Memphis was a 2 seed, and I think Denver had 53 wins in 23 when they won the title. And then if you go through the rest of the season, I mean, that's why it's so crazy kind of look back.